We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis hope to put a lid on their 7-game losing streak. Coming up next. Dakota Hudson will be towing the rubber for the Cardinals. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matty V, a little bit of a mixed bag with this guy. An ERA of over 4 in his last 3 starts. He's either been really good or really bad, and recently he's been more bad than good. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around and pitch better in this one here today.
Now at the plate, Chris Bryant. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Chris Bryant.
Here's the pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. And fellas, we take a look at the Redbirds entering play here tonight. They have not been playing all that well, to put it charitably, as they come into this one losers of 7 straight games. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Sinker stays outside and is behind now 2-0. Good night for baseball. 69 degrees here at first pitch. Now the 2-0. And this will miss as well, so he's in danger of losing the leadoff man here tonight. It's 3-1 now. And he lays off, ball 4, and the leadoff man is on to begin the ball game.
Batting second, the left fielder, David.
Settling in now, David Bodie. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch coming, here it is. Line drive to center field. Closing fast, and he makes the diving catch.
I suppose this is why you usually have the best defensive outfielder in center field. He got a good read on it, charges in hard, and made a fabulous grab. Look for that one to make the highlight reels later on.
Digging in, Javier Baez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's set, and the pitch. In there at the knees, strike 1. So let's take a peek at the officiating crew in this one. Behind the plate is Kenny Jansen.
Hey, the book on Kenny Jansen, D-Road, not a very big zone, but he will give you that low pitch below the knees.
Yeah, and he's consistent. You're okay with that as an offensive player. He wants to give that pitch below the knees. If this pitcher can execute consistently, you better make the adjustment.
Ready with the 0-2. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3. Bryant, base runner at first with 1 out. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Some guys take a little time to find the zone, but with the second walk of the first inning, it might be a little more than just settling in here. Not sure how long of a leash they'll give him, but they're not going to let him walk the world out there.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. O'Neill looks up. Out of here, into the visitors' bullpen. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. Home run number 15 for him thus far. And the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he's looked pretty shaky from the first pitch, and things just kind of spiraled out of control from there. I think these guys smelled blood in the water, and they punctuated with a 3-run job and an early lead.
Coming to the plate now, Jason Hayward. And he's one of the more dangerous hitters in baseball right now, carrying a 10-game hitting streak into this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Grounded up the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Ripped on the ground to first. Throw to the plate. And an offline throw, but he just does get back to the bag for the putout. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. How do they go about taking down their division rival, Mark DeRosa?
Yeah, Matty, you take a look at this lineup. The one thing that jumps out is the fact that they are last in stolen bases. They are station to station trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, trying to get in good count and drive the baseball out of the yard to create their runs.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Happ with a swing, and he connects, sends this one to deep right field. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo home run here off the bat of Ian Happ. Number 18 for him on the campaign. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
Well, it's very early, but he's looked out of sorts from the beginning. They've already roughed him up for 2 homers, and they're not done yet. We'll see if he can regroup or he blows up. Could go either way at this point.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway.
As a manager, when you see a guy struggling like this in the first inning, your mind starts racing, trying to figure out about how long you're going to go with this guy and how many guys you might end up having to use out of your bullpen just to get through this thing. Not a good spot to be in.
4 runs here in this half inning. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
To me, it looks like he just doesn't trust himself out there on the mound. It's like he's fighting his body on every pitch, and as a result, we're seeing a lot of balls from him early on in this game.
But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Cubs 4 and the Cardinals nothing. Yu Darvish, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy wasn't too bad in this last one, Matt. Pitched all the way through the 6th inning. And listen, that's what you ask for nowadays. If you can get your starter to get you through the 6th inning and turn it over to the bullpen, he took the loss in the last one, but he actually pitched pretty well.
Here's the second baseman, Colton Wong. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And the pitch. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
Here's Darvish on 0-2. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, we're all hearing his name in the Cy Young Award discussion at this point in the season. It's pretty hard to argue against it when you watch him dominate a guy on 3 pitches and send him packing without much problem.
To the plate now, Lane Thomas, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. The numbers coming in. He's at 255, 7 homers, and 30 RBIs. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
No balls and a strike to count. Darvish pauses. 0-1 pitch on its way. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. They trail here 4-0. In is the second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
Leading off for the Cubs, the second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball 1, no strike.
That's wide, 2-0.
This offense is absolutely feasting on these count leverage situations. If he's going to have any chance of feeling good about his effort tonight, this pitcher has got to get back in the strike zone.
3-0 to him now. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
And you can tell by his body language that he's beyond frustrated by that call. He's got to be wondering what he's got to do, but the last thing he needs to do is to let it get under his skin. That will only make things worse.
So stepping in, Darvish, a textbook sack bunt situation here. And he takes ball 1.
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Tries to bunt his way on here, but this is a foul ball. The 1-2 is taken for a ball as that slider broke off the plate.
What pitch recognition right there. 90% of the guys are going fishing after that nasty slider.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Kipnis gets his lead at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up.
Ball.
1-0 pitch is right there, but ruled a ball. 2-0. Oh, it's hit to third. 5. Wong for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Digging in now will be Matt Carpenter. Head-to-head numbers with Darvish. He's gone 3 for 8. First pitch on its way. Popped him up. Kipnis has a play. And that's the first out of the inning.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy's got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
Paul DeYoung comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. And it's quickly 0-2. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Wow, his stuff looks electric coming out of the gates in this one, guys. That's 5 batters faced, 4 strikeouts. That's going to be a tough pace to keep up, but it looks like he has what it takes to work deep into this game.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Now the 0-1. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
Hey, I love the aggressive nature this guy's pitching with. He's got focus. He's commanding the fastball. Really being aggressive right now. A lot different than his last start where he took a loss and seemed timid and scared to attack the zone.
And it's fouled away. Fouled off. Two and 2 to the Cardinals catcher. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. He stays alive, still 2-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Long run for the center fielder. Long run, but he gets there to track this one down, and a very nicely recorded out number 3. Nothing across here this half of the inning. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. Cubs lead it 4-0. Digging in now, David Bodie. He'll stand in to open things up here in the 3rd. First pitch on its way. Good curveball there, gets the swing and miss. Bodie playing here in his age 26 season. He was taken in the 18th round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And here's a curveball looked at. Strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning. And with 1 away, let's give you a look at the standings in the NL Central entering play as you see where these 2 teams sit in relation to one another. So in now for Chicago, Javier Baez. He drew a walk his first time up. Here it comes. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. High and deep to right center. Back goes Thomas at the track. Gone! A solo home run there for Javi Baez. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And the Cubs have now opened this up to a 5-0 lead.
Wow, nothing more demoralizing than giving up 3 home runs in the first 3 innings of a game. There's having a guy's number, and then there's absolutely owning him. This could be the latter.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he misses there. 1-2.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitchers' pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
Rarely do you see a player of his caliber fooled that badly, but he was tied up in knots that time. 2 away now.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. If you could spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 0-1. And he takes strike 2. Hit down the line at first, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
One ball, 2 strikes.
This is exactly the reason why this guy has been so successful and has played this game so long, scrambling pitch after pitch, making this guy work out on the mound.
Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Now he tries to hold back on the swing, and the home plate umpire says he did so successfully. It's ball 4.
2 ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say, that's a great AB. Down 0-2, and you work the walk. But if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Here comes the first pitch. That finds the zone, a called strike.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. From the belt, the pitch. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Lifted the other way down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Another 2-2 offering. Hayward is off of first with 2 away. Off and running is Hayward. And he steps off, and they'll tag him out between first and second. A careless mistake that time, and the inning is over. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Cardinals nothing. Here's Dexter Fowler now. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home 3rd.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Fouled away. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. Another try at 2-2. Fastball got him looking, as that had 2-seam action on it. One gone. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up, as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. The next to bat for St. Louis, Tyler O'Neill, and he's looking to turn things around. Ice cold at the plate in recent action. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. Cardinals have been held out of the hit column here. Had him lunging at that pitch away, and it's 1-1 now.
Man, that's another ugly swing right there. This team is just struggling so mightily to get on base. They've looked off balance all game.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Stepping up now, Dakota Hudson. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Cardinals pitcher up there with a 1-2 count.
He is in complete command out on the mound today. He's got all 4 corners locked in, and now he's raising eye levels to boot.
Count even at 2-2. And he fouls this one off. Darvish pauses. Here's the 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Welcome back to Busch Stadium as we send it down to Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said they're flat out doing an outstanding job at picking on pitches that they can do something with. And by that, he means pitches inside the strike zone. The numbers definitely back that up as well. Less than 10% of their swings have been at pitches outside the zone. For comparison, the Major League average is somewhere around 30%. Something they want to keep up as this game progresses, guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. 1-1 the count now. Happ with a 2-1 count now.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. High and deep to left center field. O'Neill looks up. Gone right into the visitors' bullpen. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. 12 home runs for him now thus far. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. Well, they've got the elevate and celebrate thing working in this one, guys. That was their 4th big fly of the game.
Dear, I don't know what you think, but this is one of those cases where I think the hitters right now, they must be seeing beach balls up there right now with 4 bombs already in this one.
Yeah, this lineup from top to bottom has power just oozing out of it, and this guy's missing over the heart of the plate. That's what happens.
Adam Wainwright answers the call from the pen here in the 4th, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from the starter.
now batting, the second baseman.
In now, Jason Kipnis. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Fowler giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Cardinals are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter, and clearly he was off his game this evening.
Yeah, nothing seemed in sync for him out there in this one, Matt. He just couldn't get the ball where he wanted to, and the opponents really took advantage of that. That's a brutal feeling sitting in the dugout. Know that you disappointed your team and you went out there and laid an egg.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's the Cubs 6 and the Cardinals nothing. Colton Wong will stand in. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
There to take it in is Kipnis, and there's one away.
The center fielder, number 35.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Lane Thomas. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here's a high pop-up. Kipnis is there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now back, first base.
And that brings up Paul Goldschmidt. 2 away in the inning. And Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Here it comes, 1-0. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike. No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Up high, 2-1 now. Turned on down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch skied into straightaway right. On the move is Hayward. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Here's Chris Bryant now. His career line against Wainwright. He's got 8 hits in 30 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line down the left field line. But this is foul near the seats. Pitch on the way. Great curveball there. Really fooled him with that one. This year against right-handed pitching, Bryant is carrying around a batting average in the 320s. That's what you might call potent.
These are the stats the oppositions look at. Being great with runners in scoring position. He has certainly been that, and he's able to slow the moment down.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Smoked on the ground left side. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get that one to left field.
Standing in now, David Bodie. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Bryant aboard here at first with nobody out. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. Gone. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 15 for him thus far, as they've widened this lead to 8 now. And that brings up Javi Baez. As Wainwright's able to jump ahead of him here with strike 1. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. cut fastball above the letters, a ball and a strike. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Line drive to left, and that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat to ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
Into the box now, Wilson Contreras. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. And boy, the Cubs have come to play, as this is good for extra bases as well. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Now batting.
Well, now you see how difficult it is to be a catcher. This ball is really smoke, gets all the way to the wall, D-Row, but he just doesn't have the foot speed to turn this into an extra base hit.
Yeah, his calling card is definitely not his ability to run the bases. It's for offense and massaging a pitching staff.
It was a walk in his last trip. 1-0 pitch on the way. Hit softly down the line at first. Reined in onto the shortstop, but thrown away. And now they'll get him at third base, trying to move up further, but a run is already across to score.
The center fielder, number 8, Ian.
Genesis Cabrera gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Ian Happ will be his first assignment down to the bullpen as he'll stand in with a runner in scoring position at second and one away. Skied into straightaway right. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Anthony Rizzo. It was a solo shot for him in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. High in the air out to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Cubs 9 and the Cardinals nothing. Welcome back to Busch Stadium as we send it down to Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Now batting.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung. He's 0 for 1 thus far, and it's fouled away.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
DeYoung in an 0-2 hole here.
Wow, that was an ugly swing right there, and that tells us all we need to know. Nobody's picking the baseball up off this guy.
The 0-2 once more is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's 6 to this point. So he's got good stuff, and he's fooling a lot of these hitters.
Yadi Molina digging in now. 0-1 the count. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. 0-1 pitch on its way. It's in there, and the Cardinals look to have an extra base hit on their first hit of the game. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
As we look again at that double here, you can see that he was thinking too right out of the box. Smashed it down the line, and that was some great hustle to beat the throw to second to earn himself a double.
Stepping in, Dexter Fowler, runner in scoring position with two gone. Here's the first pitch to him. Now here's a shot out to right center field. As he arrives at second without a play, as a run will score on the play as well.
Well, he was almost out of the inning. Did the last two batters showed him that you can't lose focus on the mound, even if you get two quick outs. Back-to-back doubles shows you just how quickly things can get away from you.
Into the box, Tyler O'Neill, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. Darvish pauses. Here it comes.
I got 3-1. 3 balls.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off. The 3-2 one more time. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Another payoff pitch. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Cards get one in the inning on the RBI double. Through 5 innings, it's the Cubs 9 and the Cardinals 1. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Jason Kipnis. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Cabrera, 23 years old. He's a second-year big leaguer. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
1-1.
And there's ball 2 now. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 6th.
There's another line drive leadoff single right now. I mean, they've had an unbelievable scouting report on these pitchers today. They are finding barrels. They are not trying to do too much. Guys are staying in the big part of the field and hitting everything on the screws.
At the plate now, Darvish. And the pitcher is in fact bunting here as he puts this one down. The second for 1 on to Goldschmidt, but too late as they'll just get the 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Chris Bryant. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Cubs are down quietly, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. Tommy Edman is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Tommy Edman.
A ball and no strikes. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Hayward has a read on it. 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Here's Colton Wong now. He's ready. Here's the first offering. On he pops it up. Bryant in foul ground. And this will land foul. The 0-1 on its way. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals to this point. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
I think we're starting to see the frustration mount on this offense. It's been a pretty dominant performance on the mound, and these hitters have had no answer for anything he's throwing up there. That will wear on you if it lasts throughout most of the game like it has here.
Line hard, but this will be a foul ball. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Down the first baseline. Oh, look at the sliding stop. Wow. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They trail big. It's 9-1. Alex Reyes comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring up one of the better clutch hitters on the landscape, David Bodie. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Low and away as he misses again. 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
And when you're already down by a bunch, this is where a guy's got to take some responsibility out there and at least start throwing some strikes.
And that's through into left, so a leadoff single here to start the 7th.
Hey, pitchers, you better start taking notice of this guy. He better be circled on that lineup card because he's on fire. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game right there, and I don't see him stopping.
Here's Javier Baez as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. The 0-1 pitch. Oof, and it's safe to say he doesn't look all that comfortable up there. 0-2 now.
Man, this guy's been locked in all game long. I don't know where that ugly swing just came from.
Got him.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And hey, a strikeout always works too.
First pitch of the at-bat. It looked like the fastball got away from him there. Bodie stands at first with 1 out. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will land untouched. Now the 1-1 pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. From the belt, the pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
A runner on first with 2 away. Bounce to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs strand 1, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
The first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Hernan Perez will come on defensively now as he takes over at second.
For the Cubs. Now playing second base, number 41, Hernan.
Josh Fegley is also into the ballgame as he'll likely go the rest of the way behind the plate. Albert Almora will also come in now as he takes over out in center.
Number 5, Albert Almora.
Steven Souza is also into the ballgame as he'll assume duties in left field.
Now playing left field, number 21.
First offering on its way. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Almora. He's got it 1 away.
The third baseman, number 13,
One gone for the Redbirds in the 7th, and that brings up Matt Carpenter.
I think he's forgotten about sometimes, Matt Carpenter. When we talk about the best hitters in our sport, I think he's one of the more underrated offensive players.
Foul tip held on to behind the plate at strike 2.
The 7th inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
Another 0-2 coming. This is line to left, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. And he'll pull into second with one away.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but it's a good one.
So Paul DeYoung digs in next as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And he takes a cold strike 1.
His slider's been impressive all night long. If he can continue spinning it like that, he's going to be just fine.
Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
The 2-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
No hitter is ever going to feel good about taking the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game, but I will say he's not the first guy to have a terrible game against my men on the mound. And you know what? He won't be the last. We all know he's one of the best in the business for a reason.
Yadier Molina is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. In the dirt here. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. The ball and 2 strikes.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Now here's the pitch. Line drive, base hit.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
Anthony Rizzo.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. Line drive to center field. Thomas makes the catch, and now they might be able to double him off at first. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now
time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Striding in, Hernan Perez, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. From the stretch. Well outside with the curveball for a ball. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the change of El Cambio. Listen, if you can keep that pitch in your back pocket and pull it out when you need it like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Ball 1 as the changeup misses well off the inside. On a great pitch there, caught in reach, and it's 1-1. Maybe getting a little jumpy in the box, so he steps out and asks for time. He's running. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Another look at the throw down that results in a third out on the bases. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message. Digging in and looking for more, Dexter Fowler. He leads off their half of the eighth, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, Tyler.
To the plate now, Tyler O'Neill, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Fouled away. And another foul ball. The 0-2 once more is swung on and missed, strike three.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Right on the inside, Black taken for a called strike. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 1 home run and 6 RBIs.
1-1.
The 1-1. Smoke toward the hole. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Guys, that jacks me up right there. Kept his front shoulder tucked, the hip tucked. Was able to stay inside that slider and drive it the other way.
Ready for another chance? Colton Wong. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
Alec Mills answers the call now, looking to get this one onto the 9th inning without any trouble.
Number 30.
From the stretch.
Mills.
Ball in.
Man, the Redbirds, they've been struggling all game long. They've yet to been able to get that big hit. This is the time for the big hit for the Redbirds.
2-0 now. From the belt, the pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
The 3-1. Liner toward right center, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. Munoz rounds the corner and is headed home. He will score, and the gap shortens, but still plenty of work to do.
This one just whistles over the second baseman's head. He had no chance to make a play on that one, and it gets fielded deep in the alley, but not before 2-run score, and the hitter lands on second.
Stepping in now, Lane Thomas, as he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And smart to lay off there as the fastball misses. It's 1-2 now.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Lane Thomas goes down for out number 2 in the bottom half. Way late on the fastball for strike 1.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
And that's through into right field for a base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs. Cutting it closer, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he was staring at his last at-bat right there, or probably his last at-bat. Would have been tough to get him another AB in this one, but he's able to.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. 9th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 9 and the Cardinals 3. John Brebbia enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
John Brebbia.
Kyle Schwarber will try to get his club a little ninth inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. One and one to Schwarber. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. And he fouls this one off. And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time.
Full count.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome, you go back to the dugout as the offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup, 0-1.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
He's going to have to take a deep breath. A little bit ultra aggressive at the plate right now after fishing at the first pitch and looking like he was going to commit on that one.
2-1 the count. Comes set. Now the pitch. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
This situation right here reminds me of sitting on the bench talking to John Smoltz, Hall of Famer. He would always say, even though the situation looked bad, a pitcher is one pitch away from getting himself out of a tough jam.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Heading out towards shallow right. And this is taken in by Fowler for the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Steven Souza Jr.
At the plate, Steven Souza, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Hit out towards second, and that is through into center field, a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Standing in now, Javier Baez. Oh, wild pitch, but the catcher is able to knock it down. No movement on base. It's ball 1. The 1-0 is taken, strike 1. Schwarber on second. Souza at first. 1 gone. 2 balls and a strike to Javi Baez. Looked like he got fooled on the speed there. 2-2. Strike 3 called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
Rolled slowly down the third baseline. 2 down, runners at first and second. fastball called for strike 2. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Cubs 9 and the Cardinals 3. Jeremy Jeffress, a right-hander standing 6 foot even, will take over the pitching duties here. Ready now, Paul DeYoung. Previous meetings with Jeremy Jeffress batting at an even 400. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
He knows full well he's sitting on a hat trick right here. All he's trying to do is avoid the golden sombrero.
Behind 0-2 now. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. The Cubs are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. He was great all night long.
One of the big keys to having a good pitching performance is not being afraid to throw the ball into the strike zone. And this guy certainly wasn't in this one. Didn't allow a walk all game long.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch.
Interesting pitch selection right there. In off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Baez has it on to first, and that means the Cardinals are down to their final out now.
Now batting, right fielder.
Stepping into the box, Dexter Fowler. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Cardinals down to their final strike here. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here, and with that, this one is over.
Well, in a quick series like this, you take the first one, you're guaranteed at least a split. They'll take that every single time.
9-3 the final tally here in this one. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Yu Darvish earned his 9th win of the year, picking up 11 strikeouts along the way. Dakota Hudson permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter @MLB The Show.